So this video is going to be a little hard for me because this is a video that speaks to my very inner being as an anime fan, okay? Because I created this thing. I created Anime Debate because I fell in love with the platform. I fell in love with the community. I fell in love with anime. And the truth is, Sailor Moon was the first anime I ever saw. It was coupled along with the original Dragon Ball. They were played on a block. I don't know what the block was called. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I just know I woke up one day and saw this fantastical cartoon with some girls running around. And it looked like nothing I'd ever seen before. And it caught my eye in a way that things haven't caught my eye before. So when I heard that there was a new movie for Sailor Moon Eternal, which is Sailor Moon Crystal, the movie basically, I said to myself, you know what? As an old school fan of the original dub and the series as a whole, I have to give this a chance. I can't just ignore it, right? Because maybe I've aged out of it. Maybe I get older. Maybe I don't watch that kind of anime anymore. But then I saw the animation, and the animation was like, "Dang, boy, you thick," but without any other overtones. Because the cool thing I like about Sailor Moon Crystal and Sailor Moon Eternal is that they have removed the sexual undertones from the transformations. So you have to just take the show kind of at face value for what it is. It is, in my opinion, if you want to be real about it, the precursor to what Dragon Ball became. You got power levels, you got transformations, you got abilities, you got fights where the villains literally don't fight back. Like they don't like in this entire movie. None of the villains fought back. Like maybe one tried a little bit, but every single one got overpowered by the sheer transformation ability, and then just got hit with something. No! That happened in every single fight in this thing. And if the transformations weren't so beautiful and well animated, I'd be mad about that. And I think that's why when I made my video about could, Sailor Moon beat Goku? And I still think Sailor Moon can beat Goku rather easily, I think. Because the amount of power and power and dynamism, I don't know if that's a word. Well, we're going to run with it. The kind of power and dynamic ability that it goes in those transformations. The girls aren't just, like, you know what I mean? The girls are like twirling in the sky, and as things are coming down, and then people are giving each other the powers. Like, I know that's a spirit bomb. I know that. But at the same time, like, there's a beauty to it that just tells me there's more power coming from that. Like, literally, these girls are giving their heart and their souls to each other to the point where they transform, and they don't just become a stronger version of themselves. They become a whole other entity. You know what I mean? Like, that is what I'm talking about. That is what I call power scaling, okay? And I'm not saying that. They're doing construction upstairs. Stop doing construction while I'm doing videos. Are you serious? Can you not hear me? I'm talking about Sailor Moon. She is the one. You done? I hope you're done. You're ruining art right now. I'm not cutting. Sorry. Screw you! Come on, bro! He must be a Dragon Ball Z fan or a super fan or something stupid like that. I don't know. I will give birth to your I will eat your... Okay, we're good? All right. Thank God. So, with that said, let's talk about Sailor Moon Eternal. I'm scared to talk. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that we're done. Okay. So, be real with you. There are a couple things I want to critique, but I'll just say right away. This was a phenomenal set of movies. It was done really well, beautifully animated. The acting is top notch. I mean, the story was yeah, whatever. But I'll be honest, when they get to the second half of it, I was like, so as an OG Sailor Moon fan, I will say the animation is on point, and I often find myself longing for the good old days when Serena was a wacky meatball head, as you will. But the upgrades make it more than worth it. There's no longer this thing where they're trying to hide the LGBTQ representation on the show, and of course, they've updated all the characters to use their Japanese names, and so you will, if you're me at least, you find yourself missing Darien and Rini and, you know, even Serena. Like, you miss those names. But other than that, everything else about this show is spectacular. I will also say too, I miss the voice actors for not only Serena, but also Luna, but also Artemis. I think these new characters feel a little bit more flat, a little bit more generic, but again, that's just me sticking to my laurels. I'm sure that these actors did a great job. I'm just being picky. Now, the thing that I do have to say is that the show, while it does shine in the animation department, the music, everything is beautiful. I think the story can be a little bit flat at times and very, very formulaic. Everything happens to the same exact beat every single time. It's very, very predictable. You know what's going to happen, but you kind of like to see it because the way it plays out is very powerful and emotional. And at times you feel yourself welling up with tears as these characters just feel the things that they feel. I often wouldn't say that about a show that was written so flatly, but somehow the emotion shines through. You feel the love, you feel the people wanting to chase their dreams, and you feel those dreams being a part of them in a much larger aspect. So when you watch this, watch it and know that this comes from a place of love. And I think that in itself makes Sailor Moon special. Another thing that makes it special, and that I can't really necessarily, applaud, is a lot of the creepy, pedalish overtones. And when I say that, I mean Chibi is in love with her father, like legitimately in love. Not like, ooh, I love my dad. My dad's a great guy. No, like she's like in love with him. And the major conflict throughout this thing has been throughout the other lore of Sailor Moon is that Rini hates Serena, who is really her mother, because her father is good looking and really sweet and handsome and again, good looking. I mean, to be real with you, Momo-chan, aka Darien, doesn't bring a lot to the table. He's kind of just a bland vanilla dude. He's just really good looking. And that's really why I think the women love him. When he's Tuxedo Mask, he's a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more, I'll say heroic. But even in this movie, he wasn't Tuxedo Mask really at all. So I don't get why they all love him, but they do. Okay, so stick with that. And so that was like, okay, fine. It's kind of weird that she's in love with her dad, but reincarnation, whatever, time travel, etc., etc. Okay, and then you get the part where in the movie, Chibi becomes the adult, and Usagi becomes the child, and they have a moment where they're like, ooh, I shouldn't be into this because it's weird because you're a kid, but then they lay together like lovers do, and that was kind of weird. And then the Pegasus boy kisses Chibi, and I'm like, yo, she's a little girl, right? Even though in your situation where in the past, or the future, I guess, where you met him, she was an adult, and I get that you're in love with the adult version, but you can't go kiss the kid version later. It's weird. It's weird. It makes me flustered. Like it's just weird. I'm like, why are you having an adult kiss a child and act like that's normal? And it's okay for that child to not be in love with that adult who basically just manipulated her because he met her when she was an adult. It just doesn't make any sense. And then Artemis is clearly in love with Venus and watches her shower briefly, which became less creepy when he became a human thing. But even then, it's still like, ooh, I don't know. There's some moments then just like, ooh. But that has always been kind of part of Sailor Moon. It just has been. And that doesn't take away from the storytelling. It doesn't take away from the things I did like about it. It just creeps me out. It makes me kind of just like, ooh. I don't know. Mom, where's my mom? And no, I don't love my mom. Gross. So, all that aside, the emotion and the surprisingly compelling story that could have been very boring keep me wanting to recommend this. It keeps me wanting to tell you that this is worth your time. Sailor Moon Eternal, while it may have its flaws, it's still internally enjoyable. And that's why I highly, highly, highly recommend Sailor Moon Eternal. While it was creepy at points, I don't think it's really that different from any other Sailor Moon like property. It's always kind of been there in the background, it's always been part of the story. It's just, you think they change it, for these modern times. And I'm just gonna go. Please like and subscribe so I can move out of this apartment. Please. Please.